mediation takes place in an agreed location. This can be the offices of one of the parties' solicitors or a neutral venue. What is important is that there be a room each for the parties and a room for joint meetings held by the mediator.
Good morning, everybody. We'll be starting shortly. Jerry, could I have a word with you? Just one or two things we want to know. Jerry, aren't we missing someone? You said your investor would probably need to be here.
Oh, he couldn't make it.
Okay, but I did explain. You're going to need to have him available by phone to give you the okay on any agreement that's drawn up. Can you arrange that now? Or let me know if you can't. Because if he's not available, we're probably looking at calling it off.
Oh, no, I can do that.
Good. Well, welcome everybody. We all know why we're here. And we've all done a lot of preparation work to help ensure that the day will be as productive as possible. And hopefully it'll be one that will allow you all to move on from this dispute and get back to your businesses with the matter resolved. Now, just to remind you, nothing that we discuss here today will become known to anyone outside the process. It is entirely confidential. And this confidentiality exists on another level also. What you discuss with me in your respective meeting rooms is not divulged to the other party, unless you say that it's okay for me to do so. Now, I promise you, I will do everything in my power to bring about a resolution and reach an agreement that you're all happy to sign up to. But you are in complete control. You make the decisions. And nothing is agreed until everything is agreed. Now, as you know, I only facilitate this process. You will be directing matters, making the decisions. Now, I can help you do that. And if you get stuck, I can help you out. But you have got to want me to do that. Well, Donald, would you care to begin by giving us an outline of your position and what's brought you here today?
I mentioned integrity to you.
Many, but not all, mediations start with the parties meeting in a joint session. Here, everyone is introduced. The mediator explains what course the day will take. It is normal for the parties to make a short opening statement to each other in which they set out their position and what they wish to achieve. The decision as to whether or not a joint opening session is appropriate lies with the mediator.
And like you, I wonder if there's any point in us staying here at all today.
In commercial mediation, if you come to an impasse with one or both of the parties, your role as a commercial mediator is to focus them on what will happen if they don't resolve the dispute. So they have to look at what would the consequences be of not accepting the deal that's on the table, and then comparing those to what the consequences are of accepting the deal. At the end of the day, it's up to them to make the choice as to whether they want to settle the dispute or take it on to the next stage. The transformative relationships that can happen within a mediation, it is just so worthwhile. The flexibility of the results of the agreements that the parties themselves put together. You as a commercial mediator have been able to empower the parties to design and get to their own solution. And that's just magical.
They haven't moved at all, not an inch. So why should we?
We are very close to a point where an agreement could be reached. Very close. And you've all put a lot into this. So, best case. What would you really be happy with as a result, taking into account where we all are now? What would that be?
So, where's my check then?
Okay, where's your check?
Yeah.
Donald, I've seen your work. I've seen the design, the thought, the creativity that goes into it. Can we bring some of that creativity into the room now? Can we agree to be a bit creative about how you get your check?
What do you mean? They pay us in cooking lessons?
No, not this time. But what were the margins like on the equipment you were supplying?
Brutal. And worse now, every week we're not paid.
Okay. But tell me about the maintenance contract on all the equipment you were supplying, and for their lab area as well.
They opted to do it themselves, through their own technical in-house maintenance team. That was never up for grabs.
Well, I was asking the same question of the Institute, and they said it was. Seems they're moving to a more outsourced model generally. In fact, they said you never asked about the contract or tried to quote.
No, not true. No, I remember
Hold on, Donald. Hold on. Are you saying there's the potential for us to have the ongoing maintenance contract for all food and laboratory areas. Consumables too.
I think so. If we all move in the same direction.
Commercial mediation gives the parties involved control over the process, is more flexible, quicker, and is considerably less costly than going to court. Commercial mediation is an intelligent and practical alternative to the courts, and it works.